ito po ay una kong katanungan kay Secretary Duque. Secretary Duque? Nadidinig po ba ninyo ako?
Yan po, Your Honor, naridinig ko na po kayo. Maraming salamat.
Okay. Salamat po. Secretary Duque, doktor po kayo, hindi po ba?
Tama po kayo, ma'am.
At hindi lamang po doktor, kundi administrador din?
Tama po kayo, ma'am.
Bilang isang doktor, pag may nakita kayong sa pasyente ninyo, isang simptoma, halimbawa, may nakikita kang hindi tama o kaya may bukol, hindi ba mas lalo mong kikilatisin at iimbestigahan?
Tama po kayo, Your Honor.
At pag nakita naman ninyo na maaaring makasama ito sa kalaunan, ay agad ninyong susugpuin, di ba?
Tama po kayo, Your Honor.
Gamot o kaya operahan nyo para matanggal?
Tama po. Bilang isang doktor po, dapat po yun ang gagawin.
Pero alam niyo po, parang ang sakit na nararanasan ngayon ng Philhealth ay isang cancer na. Dahil paulit-ulit po itong nangyayari noon pa. At ang masasabi lamang natin, kung merong isang tao na may institutional knowledge ng Philhealth, kung ibabase natin sa haba ng paninilbihan bilang isang pinuno, kayo po yun. Sapagkat ilang taon po kayo sa Philhealth bilang chairman or president?
Bilang president from 2001 to 2005, and then as chairman po from 2005 to 2010. Tapos itong nabalik ako noong 2017, Your Honor.
So masasabi natin na halos 11 taon kayong naninilbihan sa Philhealth?
As chairman and president po.
Kaya nga, so sa tagal ng panahon po na yon, ang masasabi lang natin, paulit-ulit ninyong binabanggit na kayo ay may krusada laban sa korupsyon. Subalit, parang taliwas ito sa mga napapakita ninyo. At sasabihin ko kung bakit. Yung isang article dito sa Inquirer, sinasabi na 4,357 administrative cases since that was submitted in 2018. Not one was actually acted upon. Can you comment on this?
Yung po kasing, ano pong taon ito, ma'am? Anong taon ito?
Basta 2018 ang nababanggit doon sa artikulo na yon.
Oho. Ma'am, yung pong governance scorecard na pinagawa po natin for Philhealth, in-address po natin na yung turnaround time kasi nakaka-frustrate. Yung pong paglilitis ng mga kaso, parang sobrang napakatagal. Kanina po nabanggit ko yung 3,000 cases ng cataract fraudulent cases ay na-archive pa nga po. At nung bumalik ako, ang sabi ko, ilabas niyo ulit yung mga kaso na yan. Hindi naman pwedeng i-archive lang yan. So, isinama ko na po ito doon sa mga governance reform natin na yung turnaround time ng mga kaso ng administrative cases ng Philhealth ay dapat they have to expedite to its logical conclusion. Each of these
Excuse me, Mr. Secretary. Okay, so that's your pronouncement now. Pero ito po ay kontra sa mga nagiging hakbang ninyo kasi ang bilis ninyong magpa-transfer ng mga sa pananaw ng iba ay hindi kaalyado, natatapon sa kung saan saang ibang rehiyon dahil hindi sang-ayon dun sa ibang polisiya ninyo. Ang bilis ninyong gumawa nun. Pero yung mga kaso at yung mga iba nun hindi naman komplikado. Kung kayo po ay may liderato na malakas, di ba idol naman ninyo ang Pangulo natin na mabilis mag-aksyon. Bakit hindi ninyo nagagawa yan sa Philhealth? Are you bogged down with administrative cases? Di ba nag-civil service pa nga kayo? Mapunta na lang ako kay Mr. Adre, Dennis Adre. Mr. Adre, actually bago po kayo, babalikan ko na lang muna kayo, Mr. Adre, maya-maya. Dito sa nabanggit ni Mr. Keith, Nandyan ba si Attorney Key?
Yes, ma'am.
Attorney Key, sinabi ninyo na may masamang mafia sa Philhealth. Ginamit ko yung term na masama kasi sinabi ni Dennis Adler sila daw yung mabubuting mafia, no? Pero dun sa mafia na yon, kung merong godfather, itinuturo ninyo na si Secretary Duque mismo ang godfather nito. Masasabi mo ba kung bakit? Ngayon na nandito siya sa ating pagdinig.
Yes, ma'am. May tuturing ko po na siya po yung godfather po ng mafia. So, ang dahilan po na marami po siya at marami po rin siyang mga
Inaprubahan niya.
ma'am, doon po sa interim reimbursement mechanism, ma'am.
Siya mismo ang nag-aproba? May firma ba siya doon?
Siya po yung chairman po, ma'am. As a chairman, meron pong due diligence po na gagawin ng isang chairman, ma'am. And considering that he is a doctor and mayroon siyang institutional knowledge sa pamamalakad sa Philhealth, sa unang tingin pa lang po, makikita na po agad na siya ay ma-anomalya. Kumpara niyo po sa akin na 9 months lang sa Philhealth, nakikita ko na po na marami pong fraud and corruption sa Philhealth.
So parang sinasabi ninyo, aside from complicit activities, merong command responsibility dapat, di ba?
Meron po siyang command responsibility at halos, ma'am, lahat po ng mga members ng Mafia, ma'am, ay siya po yung nag-approve ng appointments nila, ma'am.
Mga members ng ano po?
Ng Mafia, ma'am, sa Philhealth.
Okay. So babalik ako, maraming salamat, Attorney Key.
Yes, ma'am.
So mabalik ako kay Secretary Duque. I think nagre-refresh yata. Secretary Duque, nawawala kayo online. Secretary, pag bumalik na lang si Secretary Duque, paki-alert na lang siguro. So, habang wala pa si Secretary Duque, dun muna ako kay Mr. Adre. Dennis Adre. Parang nawawala pa rin.
Regional VP Adre.
Mr.
Opo.
President, yes. Mr. President, yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Dennis Adler.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Adre, nabanggit po ninyo na meron kang binanggit na Plan 5 million. Tama ba yung pagkarinig ko?
Tama po, Your Honor. Mr. President.
Kailan po kayo nag-umpisa sa Philhealth?
Nag-start po ko sa Philhealth 1998, Your Honor.
So yung Plan 5 million, kailan po yon at ano yon? Paki-explica po.
Yun pong Plan 5 million, ni-launch ni former President and CEO Dr. Duque noong eleksyon ng 2004. Noong pong may survey na the late FPJ ay nangunguna ng 5 million votes sa survey. Kaya po 5 million din ang cards na ipinamigay ng Philhealth na libre. Kami po mga regional vice presidents ay ipinatawag sa isang pulong sa central office kung saan in-explain kung paano po ang distribution. At sa maalala ko po, kaya kami rin nagkaroon po ng konting hidwaan dahil nilinaw ko po kung bakit si dating Mayor Duterte, na noong mayor po ng Davao, hindi niya pinabibigyan ng cards, ng Philhealth cards. At ang tugon po niya, actually nagalit po siya dahil bakit daw isinulat ko at incriminating daw po yon. No, ang tugon ko po naman ay kung if there's nothing criminal about what we're doing, there's nothing incriminating about it. In fact, yun po ang unang dahilan ng pagkalugi ng Philhealth. Yun po ang unang dahilan kung bakit natalo po ang Philhealth for the unpaid premiums which CSO was supposed to pay. And that was the first time that the financial statements of Philhealth had been window dressed. In fact, Your Honor, in one of the visits, in one of the meetings in Malacanang recently, no less than former Senior Vice President for Finance, Greg Rulloda, admitted during that meeting that financial statements had indeed been window dressed in the past several years. But it started during 2004 because they had to make up for the losses that were incurred for non-payment of premiums during the Plan 5 million.
Salamat po sa paglilinaw niyan. Alam nyo, hindi lamang ito dahil konektado ito sa akin. Alam ito ni Senate President Soto yung napagdaanan noong 2004. Pero, yun nga ginagamit ang isang institusyon ng gobyerno para sa sariling layunin. Hindi naman yata tama yon, lalong-lalo na malapit na yung eleksyon nun. Baka ulit-ulitin yan at kahit hindi naman pinagplanuhan, basta nagbigay na lang ng mga card na gano'n para lamang masabi na para makalamang sila, di ba? Parang binibili mo na rin yung boto sa ganong klaseng paraan, hindi po ba?
Your Honor, ang amin pong pakiramdam ay ang Philhealth ay pag-aari ng lahat ng Pilipino regardless of political affiliation. Ang Philhealth ho ay a political organization. So kaya po nanindigan kami, pero yun pong mga nanindigan katulad ni ang nawala na pong si Manager Linda Laureta. Siya po ay dalaga pero ini-assign po siya sa Marawi. Assign po siya. Doon po nagsimula din ang mga reassignment kapag hindi ka sumunod o kinwestiyon mo ang mga illegal na pinagagawa.
Tama.
Ilan po kami ang... Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Oo, narinig ko nga yun kanina Maraming salamat po, Mr. Adre. Alam mo, actually, hindi naman natin sinasabi na... Hindi ko alam yung record ninyo. Yun yung totoo, no? Pero ako ay nagpapasalamat na at least sa panahon na ito ay naglakas loob kayo na magsiwalat ng mga alam ninyo. Sa susunod ko naman na katanungan kay Secretary Duque, ngayon na nandito na ba si Secretary Duque? Secretary? Mukhang selective na nawawala. Hindi ba?
Yes, Your Honor. I can hear you now. Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Noong 2016 po, ang Food and Drug Authority ay in-order yung suspension ng Doctors Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, DPI, na pagmamayari ng inyong pamilya dahil sa non-compliance with good manufacturing practices. Alam niyo po yun?
Narinig ko po yan nung last year in the Senate hearing, but I just would like to reiterate that I divested, sold my share in the Doctors Pharmaceutical Company in 2005.
Exactly, sir. Because you also mentioned that when you were appointed Health Secretary in 2017, DPI was still in business with the DOH. And in fact, you mentioned that your brother should stop bidding with the DOH because of possible conflict of interest. Am I correct? You raised that with your brother.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
On the other hand, in 2019, a case was filed against you because of conflict of interest over the 6-year lease of your property by the Philhealth. And your reasoning then was Philhealth requested that you continue with that lease because they really need the facility. And you were saying that at that point, you weren't anymore part of your company's business, but in fact, records will show that you haven't really divested at the time that the lease was ongoing and you were head of Philhealth in 2017. Am I correct?
My recollection, Your Honor, is that when I signed the contract between Philhealth and when I was president of the university, which owns the property, I was out of government. I was in the Gupan, and 2017, I got appointed by President Duterte, and my understanding was that PhilHealth was looking for a new building
Okay,
to transfer.
But as soon as you assumed office, you haven't really divested yet at that point, right?
Yes, Your Honor, but
Okay.
I was,
Well,
out
that's
of the-
okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Mr. Secretary, since doktor po kayo, paki-explain na lang and please pardon my pronouncement if I don't pronounce it right. Let me give you an example of Midas fraud and abuse findings, apparently. And let me just make a note that a lot of the documents that were sent to the Senate were sent at the last minute. I think some of them were received just yesterday. And this is almost like dumping on us all of these voluminous papers. And at the last minute, we have to review each and every one of them. There's no, I think it's almost like intentional that this is being done. But anyway, in the Midas fraud and abuse findings, when it comes to the debridement of eczematous skin, can you please explain to me what that is?
The debridement of eczematous, yes, Your Honor, of eczematous skin means cleaning, sterilizing the affected area.
Okay. Did it come to your attention? The average kasi nationally, I'd say, would probably be, well, it ranges from 33 million to about 737,000. So, yung high is 33 million, yung low is 700,000. So, napakalaki ng agwat. And, yun pang pinakamalaking agwat ay sa iisang lugar. I'm not going to mention the name of the professional involved, okay? Because I think that I don't want to focus on a personality here, but the symptom of a larger institutional problem. So, in this one region, parang parang lumalabas na 56 million ang ibinayad. One is for 33 million, another for 23 million. For 4 years lang. Isang ano lang yan, isang case lang yan. So kung talagang merong yan, pwede na yan tignan. Tapos hindi lamang yon. Merong isang clinic na nag-submit ng fraudulent reimbursement claims noong 2018. The year before you were appointed. On average, their dialysis machines capacity was 100 to 133%. Pero, nung sinubmit yon, ito yung B. Bron Abitum. You still gave them 45.17 million under the IRM. May official receipt pa ito. So parang yung mga nagkakaroon ng kaso ay nabibigyan, I mean, let's not get into the detail of what their case is right now, but this is what I'm saying. They already have pending cases. They've been found to be doing something less than exemplary, and yet they continuously receive funding from the DOH. This is either negligence or malice. So what would it be in your case as chairman of the board?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like this question because pardon me, with all due respect, you're very operational. Can I, because I don't have the details of this, can I just please refer to Philhealth management to
That's
address
okay,
this?
because I will ask you to submit on record your answer to those cases.
Yes,
I think that
we will
would be
prepare.
better and that would be more efficient at this point because we have other topics to get to. Secretary Duque, sinabi niyo kanina that you did your best, but your best wasn't good enough. Parang may karugtong na kanta to sa isang kanta, di ba? Pero tama ang karugtong nito. So here we are, back where we started. So, 11 years na po kayo dyan. Paulit-ulit lang yung nangyayari. Ano ang solusyon na naiiba ngayon na hindi ninyo nagawa noon? Alam niyo, marami nang humingi ng inyong pagbibitiw. Pero kayo mismo, hindi ninyo inakala na magbigay ng kortesiyang ganon. Sapagkat, tingnan mo sabi mo nga, your best is not good enough. But you're continuing, you're still there in that agency. So how would you answer that?
Ang nasabi ko po, Madam Senator, is that if others think that I have not, that my best is not good enough, then that's their opinion, that's their judgment. What I was referring to was the others who, if they don't think that my best is good enough. Thank
Well,
you.
you know what, sir? I think the numbers will show that you have failed miserably as the lead of both Philhealth and the DOH. Okay, so that may be my opinion, but I think that I'm in good company of not only the numbers who would believe in that, but also those that are actually knowledgeable in that field, particularly in the medical field. So, Mr. President, with what's happening today, I'm sure that there are already many, our colleagues have other questions to ask. But I think we've established that there is a cyclical pattern in the PhilHealth, and we really need more courageous individuals to come forward and validate all of these suspicions that we have, and in some cases actually facts already. Mr. President, I know that there's a Whistleblowers Act that gives some sort of support for those that will call attention to fraudulent activities in government or corruption in government. But I would also like to explore the possibility that with the own funds, I don't know if this will be proper or legal, but perhaps we can explore how the Senate in itself, with our own budget, even if I know that we're all strapped for funding, but how can we help these who will come forward, if not scholarships for their children? I know that the Senate maintains an account, and it's led by a very reliable colleague of ours, Senator Lacson, who also heads, who knows about the intelligence fund of the Senate. Maybe we can use it in the future to incentivize those that will come forward. If not direct monetary contribution to them, maybe in terms of scholarships or other incentives. So that's all, Mr. President. Thank you.